going to be perfect, you know.
I mean, yeah, of
I would be really
course.
surprised if you came to me, you know, and your laning is perfect. In fact, I would almost deem it a waste of your time. Okay, so let's watch. So your matchup, I think it was Zeri Hui this game?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so explain to me how this matchup in your eyes goes for the first 3 waves. So
We should probably get pushed because of my Q. But they still can push quite heavily as well.
okay,
And we probably
keep going.
we probably cannot trade much because we just need to hit the wave permanently.
Okay,
But I mean, we should get pushed and just keep on pushing them in, and then it should be fine.
let's get a bit more specific. So in terms of your 1v1, Cade vs Zeri.
I'll push her.
Okay, so that's talking about pure access to the wave. What about access to harassing her?
I mean, I can arrest her better if I have minions, which will be the case. Because
Do you need minions?
It's better because then she cannot Q me, right? It's a bit more annoying for her.
Can she Q
But
you
also I have more
anyways?
range, so
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the biggest
yeah.
thing that I'm trying to get across. Your range advantage is quite huge. So you can bully her a lot. Now, the reason why I point this out is that like push works in a pretty interesting way in matchups like this because you can play it in 2 ways. The first one is you can try to hit the wave and secure push. But if you watch someone like Gumayusi, for example, he actually won't hit the wave in the early game, and he'll only hit the enemy champions when he has a range advantage. So, for example, he'll stand here, and then, I mean, you've probably seen it before, but he'll go in and out of the bush and just keep harassing them. So,
Yeah.
the issue is that even if Zeri hits the wave, right, and she plays for 2, Guma will take enough of Zeri's HP so that when Zeri levels up,
Doesn't matter.
yeah, Caitlyn can essentially keep harassing, or maybe like, maybe Zeri ends up getting the push and Kate has to respect for a small window, then the wave's here. If Zeri can't crash, the game's over. So there's a reason that like in range disadvantage matchups, usually the wave is either neutral or being pushed into the person with range disadvantage. Just as a concept. So I would avoid making this hard rule of like I need the wave before I trade. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
You're kind of right because when I played the opposite side of the matchup, like when
you're getting
like,
completely harassed.
No, but I always try to not stay healthy and just
Yeah,
give
of
up
course,
there
of
and
course.
just let it come.
Yeah, because the issue is what you're saying is correct, right? If both bot lanes hit the wave, maybe the enemy bot lane even has better push. Zeri plus Hui if they use spells on the wave. But if they use spells on the wave, it means they cannot trade back with you.
True.
So your main focus in the early game should be taking their condition while poking them while pushing the wave at the same time. So yeah, queuing the wave and them at the same time, and being mindful of just getting poked by Hui. But to be honest, it probably doesn't matter too much because their champions are a bit mismatched in the sense of like what they want to do. Hui wants to play quite slowly and play the chunk, and Zeri is like kind of worthless in the early game. But she needs to trade with her passive or her W. Those are her 2 laning tools.
Yes.
So with Hui, in my opinion, pretty useless. But
I'd
with
say
like a
Bard
Rel
Caitlyn
or Nautilus, you can short trade them back. What were you saying?
I'd say Bard Caitlyn was a bit of a mismatch because I just want to lane and push, and Bard wants to roam. I mean, pushing enables him to roam as well, but I kind of want to push, harass, and hit turrets.
I think you can do both. The reason why Cade Bard is so good is the interactions with ulti and Q with trap. On top of that okay, so let's get more theoretical before we start as well. So okay, so
Yeah, sure.
these 2 champions are a little bit mismatched in your mind. I kind of agree with you. Maybe it's better to play with something like a Lux, or maybe even sometimes with Caitlyn, Braum can be a game-winning pick. But the thing about Bard that's really nice is that so what you say is correct. Bard's job is to give you vision bots and allow you to push and harass them, and when he has a timer to roam, basically what it means is he's not meant to show until you've pushed out your wave. So by the time that maybe Bard's in fog and you're pushing 1v2, but they have to respect it because they don't have vision around bot. So Bard's done his job and denied vision around bot. Then, while Bard is actually roaming and you're pushing the wave out, we're getting a 2-for-1 in value. Because
Yeah,
you
true.
don't really lose much. Maybe you could gain more, which is what you're saying. You could gain more by hitting the plates, but you're not losing much. Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah.
And so,
I mean,
depends what happens on the map, right? Like, if Bard roams at the wrong time when you could get plates, it's like, oh, sucks. But if you could play for one plate, or you could roam and kill mid, it's like the payoff is different, because if your mid laner can then push later, he's going to lean down bot, and you and Bard can start,
and
like, humping the
but
turret. So, the payoff doesn't come on the stack, which I understand is frustrating, because maybe it doesn't the payoff never comes in the future. But we have to start seeing the game, like, in a more team-oriented sense. Do you get my point so
yeah.
far?
Oh yeah, I get it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so another thing about matchups like these is before the lane starts, like, our positioning should be very different. So here, for example, controlling this bush doesn't really do too much for you guys. One person should be here, and the other person should be around here. If enemy team is, for some reason, decides that they want to contest this bush and walk up, the person here sandwiches them, and you guys will burn their sums. Something else I like to do, at least for me personally, sometimes I recommend it to the people that I'm coaching, is that simulate an all into the death level 1. As you guys fight to the death level 1, who's going to win? In my mind, it's very clear. Yeah, you guys for sure, if you don't face check them and for whatever reason misplay with your flash. If you keep your range and you guys poke them, there's no way that you guys are going to be dying. Make sense?
Yeah, also
And so
have bars because bar can just block autos and stuff.
exactly, you guys can juggle or whatever. But the point is, the start of the positioning, especially on things like Ezreal Karma, Caitlyn Bard, anything like that, is usually one person should be here and one person should be here. And it's very important that you know there's no vision in any of these 3 bushes. Because basically, actually, before we continue, I'll show you something. So let's go to the other VOD, and I'll show you something from the early game, just because I think this is the same thing. Okay, so this game, we're in the opposite matchup, right? Essentially. We're playing a very hard lane. We have no range advantage. We have the ability to get spaced. This guy doesn't have approach velocity, but basically you can't do much but farm this game. And wait for your mid jungle. Hopefully they win 2v2 against this disgusting AP double AP combo. And then they can shift their pressure into bot. Maybe the enemy bot's trying to hump your turret and you kill them, right? Make sense?
Yes. Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, so if you're playing Zeri Janna this game, there's 2 things. The first one is, should we have used the Trinket level 1? And the second thing is, where should we walk when the wave comes?
Okay, Trinket level 1. I mean, maybe it would have been nicer to walk. I don't know if they're in this bush, but can they really just tank the entire wave and all in us? Probably not, to be honest.
Okay.
So I think it's fine to just walk with the wave like this.
Let's explore that. Okay, so can they tank the wave and all in you guys? I think the answer is probably not, but they'll probably still exit the trade pretty even, because Janna and you are pretty useless level 1. If you extend, you're going to get run down. But the implication of this is that the wave will start pushing to you. The biggest problem in matchups where you have range disadvantage is when you start getting zoned. When they slow push the wave and they basically put you in a situation when they're about to level up, that they start zoning you from EXP. So, before the lane starts and you're walking from base, you should walk straight bot and try to control the front push. This one here.
Just stand on it.
Yes. Now, there's a few things. The first thing is, they could take Sweeper. Now, if they take Sweeper, you know that the enemy only has 1 ward. And you need to communicate that to your jungler. Because in matchups like these, 1 gank usually changes the dynamic of the lane a lot. So, if they take Sweeper and they blow this ward, it's annoying. But, once they use it, try to reward it. Because the biggest thing is, when they try to trade with you and zone you, the wave will push to them. To you guys. So you get zoned less. Make sense?
Yeah, but I just ward the bush, right? Because if I stand on it and they...
Correct. They could ghost on you here, you'll get cooked. So, so here's the thing. What you say is impossible in a way, because if you walk from base, you will always be the first one to this bush.
Yep.
However, they could get to the middle bush. So I wouldn't recommend walking up here. You might get ghosted on and slowed by Ashe passive and then you're cooked. But point is, this bush in a losing matchup, very OP. Middle bush in a contested prior matchup, very OP. Make sense?
Yes.
So let's go back to the other VOD. Okay, I just wanted to show you this. Now,
for example, when we play like competitive for fun a bit, I always just called because I knew enemy bot lane did this, and I always just called, let's just 5-man bot and we just flash on them and just kill them when I do this.
Perfect. I like that a lot. So I think actually, as both teams, this game you could do like a defensive cheese. So like you guys could try to stack here. Depends on your champion's level 1. I think they're pretty strong level 1, so I'd be careful. But if they face check a 5-man Jax E here, you know, maybe they're gonna get fucked. And then it becomes a mind game.
Good thing isn't so they never ever 5-man bot. So actually calling it could be kind of quite strong because they never match the 5-man.
I'm down to play the game level 1. Even something that I discussed in the course is at 0 minutes, 0 seconds into the game begins. So you can start planning, cheesing, whatever. I agree with you. Now, what I would say in high-elo games is that the Ashe team will always secure vision here. You know how I was talking before about if they have one sweeper, then they only have one ward?
Yes.
If they clear your ward. Basically, what in super high elo games, what they'll do is you'll bring 5 bots, and the bully bot lane will ask people to ward here and here. And then they keep both their wards.
The keyboards. Okay.
Yeah. So essentially, they can't get cheesed after level 2, or it's very unlikely, and then they can keep themselves safe after a 3 camp timer, 6 camp timer, etc. Make sense?
Yeah.
But this is getting a bit like intricate. Okay, so let's continue.
Still good to know. I like to know this.
Of course. So, after all this information, where should you guys be positioned? Right? We talked about it. So here and here.
This bush.
Because the enemy bot lane will only walk here if they're boosted. They should be standing here and walking with the wave. Make sense?
Makes sense.
And yeah, I mean, obviously you didn't ward, but this ward is disgusting from bot. Now here, I think we could be providing a lot more pressure. And I'll show you kind of the reason why I have it in mind. So, if you stand here, and the wave equalizes, so Zeri walks up, then we can auto her and harass her down. Now, if she decides to respect and stay at the back here, you can get an isolated Q on her from the bush.
Yeah.
So, perfect. And the other thing is, if they didn't ward this bush, you and Bard can probably take it if you stand in here. Now, she should ward before, but sometimes people make a mistake and don't ward it. Now.
Yeah, I would push.
So, basically the concept, and you told me before the lane started, is that you really want to secure the push.
Yes.
Now, I think we need to reconsider the idea and try to chip their HP away.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, so now we've talked about it, so we don't need to go through too much. Okay, so I like this. As a concept, it's good, but your Q is way too late, you know. If this guy's a good player, maybe he can dodge. As soon as Bard Q hits, you need to Q insta.
Yeah.
Because he's slowed, right? Well, let's go back. So the other thing is, something I want you to think about, and of course you said you're not playing Caitlyn too much, but if you are playing her in the future, watch the auto before you stack your headshot. So one auto before you stack your headshot, you should start moving in a way that allows you to hit someone. Because it feels very bad in terms of getting value to be headshotting a minion like this.
Yeah.
Happens, so miss some CS, whatever. Yeah. Probably shouldn't take the auto from Hui, better spacing, but it's fine, you know. I'm not going to be like super...
I don't remember who the drone was. I think it's Pantheon. It's like
It is.
Goomer used to. I always see Goomer used to do this word, and I kind of like when I play Caitlyn, I want to lane and I don't want to walk to the tri-bush, so I place this.
Okay, so my question to you is, it's 2 minutes into the game, right? So Pantheon's on his second camp.
Yep.
Or he's done one camp and he's coming bots. That
Yeah,
like,
you're
and
right.
that's what this ward is coming to do. So, in my head, what I want you to do is I want you to simulate the gank for me. So if we're going to ward here, it's because we're trying to protect ourselves from getting ganked. And it's either the 2 camp timer or the extrapolation into the future is that you don't want to move and you want to stay bot and harass them to go ward later.
Yes, exactly.
So that part of the argument I can agree with in a sense, but this part I'm trying to prove to you why it's bad to ward right now because I want you to simulate out the gank. This guy has no tool to set up a gank. This guy has no tool to set up a gank, and you have cleanse if Pantheon flashes on you. You don't even have to blow your flash to a gank right now.
Probably not.
100% not. So, for me, the ward is it's not useful because we're gonna get some information in a period of time soon. Either he's gonna show on Raptors, right, when he's doing his 4th camp, or when he's doing his 3rd camp. So we're gonna get information based on, okay, either he's doing his red side and pathing up. We'll see him on Raptors. We'll see that he has red buff. Okay, he's going top side. Cool. I can use my ward to abuse them, or I can save my ward for later. Alternatively, if for whatever reason you don't see him on the 3 camp timer, it's very, very legal to just go ward, do the same ward you've done here. But I would just ward the dot bush here. But yeah, you get my point. Okay, so let's go back and let's talk about the laning a bit more. Okay. Once again, headshot stacked. Let's try get it on someone, yeah? So equalizing for 2. I understand your perspective. Okay. So I think something that can be really useful is counting the difference in auto attacks on the wave needed to level up. So from here, you're about 2.5 autos ahead. Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
So essentially what it means is, while that, yeah, let's try to get that value on them. If we're up 2 autos on the wave, then let's try to get some value on them. If they hit you, right, and you guys end up trading and they hit you back and there's some fight here in a vacuum, this minion will eventually die, you will level up, and then extending the trade will be better for you. Do you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So in this case, even though you have no Q, even though Bard has no Q, we could look for something. Maybe one auto one way. Maybe in this case, you even take E second, you walk up to him, you auto. When he gets this minion, what's he going to do? He's going to insta-cast EE on you, or EQ. And you net it, you trade with him, and waste this spell. Do you see how I'm like visualizing these situations out?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, is it going to change much in this game? Maybe not, because you used your Q before and Bard has no Q. But the point is, could we maybe get value? Maybe. Should we be thinking about it? Yes. And then here, of course, exactly the loose condition that you were talking about before. When we have no minions, it's kind of hard to dodge this guy's spell. And of course, Zeri could trade with us, but she was in Narnia.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand your perspective once again, that you're really anxious is the wrong word, but you want to keep the push. That's something that you're keeping in mind. And
yeah, like here I was like, how the hell are we like kind of losing in this match?
Yeah. Okay, and like, yeah, again, like I'm gonna point it out one last time, and then I'll leave it for this. You're on 4 stacks. This auto gives you headshots. This one ends up going on a minion. So what should we do instead?
I guess
just one on the minion and then headshot.
Maybe just run it. Do you think I should run it? Sorry here, because
no.
you just use your sap as well.
You can't. If you go here, you're getting sandwiched.
Yeah, I mean true. Yeah, you're right. We probably lose.
Yeah. The thing that I want you to be mindful of is if you ordered the minion with your range advantage, stacked your headshot, then hit him, it would be better for you. Okay.
Yeah.
It's illegal to use your pots. So something here you can do as well, because it's weird that they have the push, right? It's kind of weird.
It is.
So what you can do here is instead of killing this minion, actually what you can do is you can hold it here. The next wave will settle here, and now you have a slow push. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
So basically, it's more risky for them to try to push up here.
Yeah, because the wave is better for us.
Yeah, and look at your jungle pathing.
Yep.
He's going to be bot in the next, I don't know, 10 seconds, because that's how OP that jungle is right now. I'm kidding. But he's going to be bot, he's going to be bot soon. 3 minutes, 3 minutes 10, something like that. Let's actually check, I'm curious. He's finished at, yeah, 3:10. I think he did it probably a bit slow. Anyway, the point is, in another matchup, I would agree that equalizing this wave and trying to contest the next one is a good idea. In this case, I think they actually made a mistake by trying to push. I think that if you keep this minion alive and you keep the wave here, they are completely boned.
Hylos is pinging to roam. Maybe they would just
go
for this minion.
It's fine. Okay, so I'll try to introduce another concept too, and I think here you did a great job of it. Now, maybe you're thinking about it, maybe you're not. Basically, what I like to say is that when you don't have a job and the enemy AD has a job, it's a great time to trade. Now, right now, you did a really good thing here because you need to last hit, and so does Zeri. So, what you could do is just order this minion, Zeri orders this, and nothing happens. But the fact that you use a Q here is awesome because if he dodges your Q, he loses this minion. If he doesn't dodge this Q, you get the minion and you hit him. Like, what a great Q from you. Seriously, this is the best thing that I've seen in this VOD so far. I'm very happy with that. It's good. That's a high level Q. Because a lot of people will throw it and it's like it hits and then they're like, yeah, but I hit the Q so it was good. No. Enemy player was bad. But in this case, he was forced to lose something if he wanted to dodge. Okay, so let's see what we do. Now, we got information about Pantheon clearing down. I don't know what the fuck Pantheon did with his clear, but that guy's a bit late. So,
Oh yeah, Sad is moving first. I mean, we could even invade or do whatever.
yeah. I've seen a lot of Zeds in high elo, like what they do is they do their full clear, and because it's so fast, they base, buy longswords, and then they contest the river.
Oh,
So let's
really?
see. Yeah, it's ridiculous how fast Zed clears right now. Okay. Bard's kind of griefing here a bit, but...
And also, I think if we click up more in like auto,
Correct. Okay, so another concept that's like pretty important, and this is a fine line because sometimes you'll get in trouble for doing things like this. When your support is griefing, like he's mispositioning, basically you can start counting their spells. So what did Hui use, what did Zeri use, and what's the threat then on me? So the worst thing that you could do as Caitlyn right now is let your Bard trade 1v2 because these guys go this way and this way. So which way do you need to position?
I should. I mean, he's heading west. I should. I mean,
Here.
yeah, you're right.
Because if they go here and here, now you have an access to hit them here and run them down. Sorry about the 500 million arrows. But you get my point. This guy walks up here. Now there's a new vector. These guys collapse on him here. You walk here. And then you have the angle to start hitting them here. And we know, because of our range advantage and that they use spells on Bard, that we can extend. So if you're here, their escape path is the turret. So you're walking while hitting them. Auto attack, auto attack, auto attack, auto attack. Maybe they flash. Maybe you kill them. Do you see my logic?
Yeah, I see. I mean, I could easily with this HP bar, I could easily just walk up.
Of course. And the point is, you shouldn't grief and then walk up and take the Hui spells. Because they could not use anything on Bard and then switch to focus you. The point is, position more aggressively, and if they use shit on Bard, start fucking them.
Yeah.
But now, in this
now,
case...
I feel like
yeah.
right now Bard is trolling, but they are also trolling.
So, Bard is trolling, enemy's trolling, and now you're trolling.
I'm trolling.
And so it's a four-man party of dog shit. So the point is, even though Bard made a mistake, we can make a better play from it. And I'll give you an example from scrims. So recently I started playing with my new team. We changed some players, things like that. And one of the players is very, what's the word? He loves to fight, okay? So every time we go into a review, he's like, but like if you play like this and I play like this, then of course we win it, you know? Like, and he, a lot of the time he's right. He sees the scenarios out very well. But then the counter argument is, hey man, like we're not going to make the perfect play every time. So how can we adapt when we make a play that isn't optimal? For example, this Bard is walking up. He is taking losing his HP like an idiot. How can I get value from his mistake? That's what you need to be thinking. And sometimes you're going to try to get value from his mistake and you're going to get punished for it. And wow, that's one of the most tilting things in League. But don't worry. The point is, your teammates are always going to make a mistake, so try to get value. Hui has no spell right now. Zeri has no W right now. And what are we doing?
Pushing.
No pressure, no pressure. No spell, no spell. I mean, he has Zap and E, but like, you get my point. He's kind of useless.
Yeah.
But this guy, no spells? Bruh. 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 Okay, nice. We try to trade back now. We'll dodge. I like that. Nice. But you get my point, yeah?
I get it.
Okay, perfect. Let's keep going.
Ouch.
You said you were getting some coaching from Veigar before, right?
I was, yeah.
What would Veigar say to you right here?
I mean, is he probably
I mean,
not
this
being
is what I think he would, like, I've had coaching with Veigar before, so this is my assumption of what he would say.
He would say, why do you stop pushing? No,
Maybe, actually, I don't know. But the only thing I think that he always says bad clicks on Twitter.
Yeah, true.
Your mouse is so far away from your character. So if the Zeri W comes, and I'm not even talking about prediction. I'm not saying that you should consider her predicting throwing W here. That's like that's a lesson for another part of the day or another day. But if of course it does. Look, you move your mouse from here to here. And then you get hit by it, and it's like, well, my reaction time wasn't fast enough. Kappa, your reaction time was fine. If you were clicking here and you clicked here, you would dodge it.
Yeah.
Type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, usually I click really close, but I guess not always.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the thing is the first VOD I'm watching from you. Maybe sometimes I'll point out a mistake, and it's like this was 1 in 100 games. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, so what should we do with the wave here?
I mean, we're trying to make something happen. The question is, like, do we set up first set and you can come? So then we would probably not push this.
Okay.
Or like try to invade or do something.
So this is a very weird wave state, is what I would say, because okay, there's a few things. When this wave dies, where is it going to settle? Where's the next wave going to settle?
Close to the middle, but more to their side. I mean,
Zeri kind of fucked up and didn't
Zeri
clear
did
this
it,
wave
so
fast enough, but it should equalize in neutral.
Yes.
Okay, now here's the issue. Right now, Bard could base. It's probably a good time for Bard to base. And the issue is as well, it could be a good time for Zeri to base. Because if you slow push, Zeri will lose the minimum amount. She'll lose a couple creeps and then come back to lane. She won't lose too much. So what's really important for you right now is actually info if they're basing or not. So, but the reason why we can't get the info is because Bard is too low.
Yes.
So we don't know what the enemy bot lane is doing right now. They could be basing. They could be fake basing. Basically, they wait at turret or wait in EXP range for you to use all your spells and hard shove, and then they catch and then base. And what happens? They catch the wave here, and then the wave once again settles in neutral. So as the Caitlyn, you don't want the wave settling in neutral. So they could base, they could fake base. What else could they do? They could stay and show. They could stay and show. But like, this would be the worst option for them. If we had to rank it in order, the most value they would get is they would get the most value from fake basing. In this case, because Bard is so low, probably 2 and then 3. I think maybe you could say basing gives them more value too, but I think Zeri could continue laning. Now, with all this in mind, I'm going to show you what you should do in this scenario. When this wave is equalizing, you should go here and you should pull the wave down so that it slow pushes into you. So that you then say to Zeri, if you're going to base now, this wave is not in neutral and you're going to lose something. If you stay and Zeri stays, who's it better for?
Us, obviously.
Well, so I wouldn't say obviously. So explain to me why.
I mean, multiple reasons. I mean, also Sad is like hovering bot, so they can't really walk up. Which is another layer to it.
Okay, I'm thinking about items.
Also, Bard needs Bard can recall. If they want to push it, they need to both.
Exactly. Bard gets mega tempo because Hui needs to help him push.
Yeah.
Then Bard could maybe even go gank mid. Well, he can't. Nass is basing. So what could he do? He could run all the way bot. If you fuck with them a little bit, maybe Bard can even cancel their base. And then lane and early game is really good for you guys. Now, so we could drag the wave. I think we could know based on our instincts and vision that we're probably not invading here and there's probably no camps to invade. He just wants the bot crab. Now, enemy bot lane and plus Pantheon, if they contest this bot crab, they're probably going to die. Nasus is in base, Sars in bot river. They don't need you. They don't. But if something happens, of course you should start moving and be ready to fight. So, the thing that I wanted to mention about items is that in this case, you have 600 gold. Let's say Zeri missed a couple more minions than you. Let's say she has like 500. Let's say. Zeri can base, buy Carl. Fantastic for her. She's farming. She can't really do too much to you guys in lane. So she's just gonna farm.
Yeah.
What could you base and buy? Fuck all. 2 daggers?
refillable.
Boots? Ew. Yuck. Boots dagger is like pretty horrible, but it's not that horrible, I guess. Point is,
I'd actually go call refillable, or is that like would you say
it's
that's
like
bad? That's
fine.
pretty good.
It's like fine. But I would never optimize to recall on Cull refillable as Caitlyn. Do you get my point? So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
we drag the wave here, and we basically what we could do is then while they're basing and coming back to lane, if that's what they choose to do, your resources are coming back, Bard has a base, and the enemy's coming back with +7 AD from Cull. And you can wait out your fucking BF timer. Then you come back to lane, and now you start stomping.
Bye-bye.
One Bard stun hits, or Bard hits level 6 on ult, and you trap, someone's fucking dying. Get my point? So by pulling the wave here, you once again make up for Bard's mistake, and you tell Zeri, hey, now you have to choose between harder options, because you're not basing in neutral. And what should Zeri do? She should take the base anyways. Then you should optimize for your 1300 gold, come back with your BF, and start blasting them. Do you see how I'm visualizing this?
Yeah, I get it.
Perfect. Let's continue then. So, both bot lanes end up staying, which is like the only thing both bot lanes probably shouldn't do. Zed's staying. He has a little bit of free time before his raptors spawn. He started, he did red Krugs. Okay, so we go back now. Bard's roaming on 2 HP. Looks good. Okay, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Where did the enemy jungler start?
He started top.
Top side. Top side is what we think because we didn't see him on Raptors. So around now or in the slight future, it's efficient for Pantheon to be top side for his game state. So if he can't get random kills on a certain lane, it's better for him to be on his camps because if Zed is not showing, Zed might counter jungle him. Makes sense, right? So when you see Hui get chunked like this, what's your job?
I mean, assuming that's Pantheon should be top side. I mean, he's gonna.
Not that he should be top side, but that it's unlikely he's ganking bot. Does that make sense? Yeah.
I mean,
the only assumption you can make is that it's unlikely that he's ganking bot. He could go for it, but could we live? Probably.
That's what we want to do.
So if it's possible, I want you to try to cancel this way.
Walk out. Okay. Yeah,
I want you to try to cancel him. Because if you can, for whatever reason, you're buying yourself time, again, to start looking at the BF. Maybe he ends up staying. Maybe he walks back and buying. You buy yourself extra waves. And you know what else is a good buy in this game? Tier 2 boots. You can space this guy harder and you can dodge Hui's spells. So imagine if we'd cancel him. We have 950. Maybe we could have got the next wave. Maybe we could have got a plate from before. And then all of a sudden we have a much better buy. Now, when you come back with this amount of golds, I'm going to tell you 2 things. If you want to try going like a collector build, I would consider it. The only thing I wouldn't do is spend all your gold. I think you should hold out for BF. So if you're going to buy anything here, just buy maybe boots at max.
Okay.
But it feels quite bad for you, I understand. But if you buy 2 long swords like this, 2 daggers, your lane is so cooked.
Yeah.
In the sense that like you just miss out on such a huge spike, you know? Again, you don't lose anything, but you could win more. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm playing Caitlyn, I should not. It's not like I'm playing scaling champ where I don't care if I don't lose anything because I don't want
I mean, your champion can extract value from staying and harassing them. So, yeah, let's continue. Anyways, so basically the point that I was trying to go over before is just that if you can jail them in lane until your power spike, it's much better for you. It's better for Zeri because her build is more economically rigid. Your build is more economically rigid, sorry. You want to try to get the BF, maybe tier 2 boots, pretty expensive, 13 and 1100. Where Zeri can just keep eco recalling E from base, she loses minimum amounts, she just keeps refilling her refill, has Carl, boots, dagger, whatever. She wants BF too, but like, she's not complaining. If she's even CS with you this game with shitty buy, she doesn't care.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so you have options here. Basically, now I want you to simulate how this goes out. So, we're clicking a bit too far away from our character. Insane good input. You dodge. Well, you don't even click. You're so good, you didn't even it didn't even need to click. You had your mouse there ready to dodge and you didn't click. You're the goat. Now, which way should we be kiting?
I mean, it depends. So if we think that we're much stronger, I should be guiding towards their turret.
Okay.
Here I'm scared because they're like both hitting me and like it's a triangle, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree with what you said completely.
Into this area.
Okay, so how could we break the triangle?
Up to way. Also, I should place a trap, by the way, in this corner.
So we have trap options, but you know what else? We don't even have to hit Hui. You can hit Hui, Q here, or keep hitting Hui until Zeri gets in range and then net Zeri. So the only time you keep hitting this guy is if you think he's dead 100%. Or you want to try burn his flash. But for me, completely legal to switch your target to Zeri and just keep chunking. Completely legal. Because here, you end up taking a decent amount of damage. Now, in this case, does it matter? It's so much better for you guys anyways. But maybe we could optimize. Maybe you could have stayed at like 80% and chunked Zeri a bit. You know, it's fine. Just chip them, you know? Anyway. Just looked a bit weird. With range advantage, like Zeri gets a couple autos on you and you're not even hitting her. You know?
I agree.
There's also a world where when this bard Q hits, you instant net backwards.
And be one shot.
You net here to go here. And that like isolates you more from getting hit by Zeri too, you know? But then same thing, like if Wei flashes down, you probably exit the trade. Maybe you get a Q off, that's it. So yeah. I don't think you played it bad here. Could you have played it better? Probably. But it's fine, you know? The important part for me is not that you played it bad or good, it's that you can simulate, if you do what happens. Yeah, I think that's the important part. Okay, so we go back to laning. Hui is 1 HP. Okay. What should we do here?
I mean, I can't do much right now. I mean, actually, I don't know if Zeri has E right now. That's the kind of the key. Maybe in the game I probably knew if she does. Right now I don't know. So it's hard to say what I should do actually.
Okay.
I mean,
when you see them contesting bard like this, the point for me is that you can keep the wave around here. Like these 3 creeps, once again, you only really need 1 or 2 of them alive for it to slow push. But it looks very weird on this screenshot that you're at turret farming and these 2 are trying to pressure him. Now, you can make a very good and reasonable point that the only reason that Zeri walks up here is because you're here. If you said that, basically I'm checkmated. There's not a lot I can say. But the issue would be that if Zed wasn't here and you were here, she would get a free ward too. So, my point is, your jungle is bot side right now. Even though there's a couple minions here, you should path in a way that keeps you safe, but also says, are you sure that no one's here? And are you sure it's a good time for you to try to ward? Make sense? When you catch this wave back here, you are providing 0 fucking pressure to the game. 0.
That's true.
When she has no vision here and here, and you know it, and you step like this, she all of a sudden she starts simulating. Where's enemy jungler? Where's enemy mid? Oh, mid showing. Where's Bard? Oh, Bard is low. Is Bard basing? You know what I mean? Whereas right now she's like, oh, Zeri's on the tower. Kate's on the tower. I'm gonna try ward. Oh, Zed's here. What the hell? What the hell? You know what I mean? Okay, so the outcome ends up being pretty good. If you're in a different position and Zeri took this chunk, maybe she dies, but it's beside the point. The point is we need to be applying some pressure. Great Q, by the way.
I also wanted to go to the turrets just to get the wave. So because Zeri had E, right? I didn't want to play. I kind of wanted to tell my teammates with body language that we probably shouldn't play because she can just E out.
But that's like yeah. I think expecting your teammates to read your body language is a bit too much. I think if you really don't want them to gank, or you think it's really bad for Zed to show and you want Zed to farm his camps, just ping it. You know, just ping. But for me, if your teammates are coming, then once again you need to react and adapt. When Bard takes that bad chunk down here, you need to adapt and try to win the trade as best you can from that position.
Zed did so much damage as well. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy, this champ, by the way.
Did he get buffed?
I think people just realize. What? That guy just flashed? What the hell? What the hell? Okay, something like this as well. When your ward's about to expire and you have no fresh one, just trap this bush. Or trap this wall. Small things. If they're not paying attention and they auto-click to bots, maybe they step over this. Maybe they step here if they don't think it's warded. Maybe they sweep and see that there's no ward. They get chunked.
I get that.
Anyway, just use like one trap. It's 20 mana. It's like on Jhin, you know? Like you set up like safety paths. Okay, not much to be done here. You can contest the wave. It's pretty NPC now. They can just bomb waves, and you can bomb waves too. Nice. We go back and we buy the most useless dog shit known to man. Awesome, man. We can attack the wave faster. Woohoo!
I love slingshot.
So useless, bro. Same thing. Can I be honest? Don't buy anything. Just come back bot, push the waves and base and get your BF.
Maybe like the longsword, or should I really just not buy anything at all?
I'll be honest, man. I'm not. I just don't. I just don't. If I am in a position where
I mean, probably boots,
nah, I don't buy anything here. That's just me though. At the end of the day, you can do what you think is best, but I would recommend getting that BF ASAP, or the game is legit not worth playing. Okay, so for context, because I'm recording this now, so for anyone watching this in the future, what me and Sylvain were talking about before was potential swap timings. Now, we have Garen, right? So if this guy was bot lane against their enemy bot duo, Hui and Zeri, he's undiveable. Let's just be honest about that. He's undiveable. Impossible. Zeri's Q is going to hit turret, so it's like if he plays around the turret well, like Hui doesn't have damage to kill him. You get my point, right, Sylvain? So swap's actually good this game, and this is a great timing to swap. 7-10. Why?
Grubs.
Grubs. And which way is the enemy jungler pathing? Your jungler, sorry.
I mean, he's gonna recall and come top.
Yep. Which means that by the end of the time that Zed is being efficient with his topside camps and he goes to grubs, you guys are at the end of his path. So when we were talking about swap timings, this was a swap timing. You go top, you blast the turret plates, you get grubs, you keep blasting the turret plates, then guess what happens? You guys have tempo, and the enemy bot lane, and Shen's like, I can't lane, we need to swap. Then enemy bot lane recalls, goes top, and guess what you've done? Pushed out, recalled again, and you open bots. And they are in like a fucking vortex of bad lane assignment. Now, I have like you know, at the end of an exam when there's like the hardest questions?
Yeah.
I have a final boss question for you. If this happened, right? Let's say you're the Zeri and Hui, okay? And you get swapped on first, and you need to fix the lane assignment. So the problem is, as Caitlyn, you can go top and push out again. Then by the time Zeri and Hui go top, you guys are recalled and going back bot again. How do you fix this loop? How do you get out of
Go mid
it?
lane.
Correct. Bing, 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 bing. 4 million points. So what Sylvain thinks is, as the Zerich way, they need to open mid, see, wait for information about which side lane opens where, and then match. So if you are down in tempo like this, you need to drop a wave and match the correct lane assignment by opening mid and waiting for information. That's a complete banger by you, Sylvain. Complete banger.
Thank you, bro.
As Vega would say, bangerang. Alright, we have Pinkwood, Scout, Slingshot, and Boots. I legit don't want to watch this VOD anymore. So disgusting.
Yeah, but the spice is only gonna come.
It's coming, it's coming. The BF's coming. Okay. Now it's one of those scenarios where you're like, so tilting to get chunked like this. Okay, so now let's review from two perspectives. The first one is that Bard probably needs to open bots, because here's the issue. So if Bard goes to grubs now, enemy bot has a stack to dive you on. So if there's 3 people bot side, which we don't have information about, you're gonna die. So there's 2 things. The first one is that, okay, you really missed a huge swap timer. You should be going top now and fuck the bot turret. Zeri also doesn't take plates fast. So even if no one ends up going bot, it's still better for your team. Now, you're in a situation where you're playing weak side as Caitlyn. That's completely awesome. You disrespect on the slow push. This is you being an idiot, okay? So you need to be blamed for making this mistake in this map state because you didn't adapt. Did your teammates play optimally around you? Absolutely, they did not. So, in your review, there's 2 parts. I made this mistake, but my teammates should have done something different. And both of those are true. So, from here, thank God we don't get Dove. We have Shenot from Silas. And some weird dog shit's going on here. We're not playing with our jungler. Pantheon's W the minion. We've cleansed. This is awesome. It's time to back, probably. Yep. Okay, it's fine. They get some plates. We get grubs. It's whatever. Fine. And now this is the swap timer you were talking about.
Yeah, because I feel like I cannot lane mid. We don't have vision. So bot, I mean, sorry. So I just run around the map.
Yeah. So I hear you.
You think I should go through base though? Like recalling run?
No, I mean, running top is one thing, but like, the truth is, it's not a good timer. Because basically what you have to do here is you have to suck it up and AFK. You have to wait. You just sit at your turret and wait. Because no one is going to be ready to catch bots, and by the time you go top, we're now losing something on bot. So basically, your top is generating an income. Okay, he has a full-time job. He's getting waves, he's getting some plates, whatever. He has a full-time job. Your jungler is doing 3 camps bot, which means he can defend you if they try to dive. Vard will be running around the map like a complete idiot, and maybe he's there to help you, maybe not. If he wasn't there to help you, then I wouldn't mind what you're doing too much, because you're probably going to get dove and you're cooked anyway if they're good players.
Yeah.
But because you had help bots, you could kill, let's say 4 out of 6 minions. Let's say you don't get the full wave because enemy plays good, and they get like maybe 1 plate in your face. But now we've opened bot. And so Zed's like, what the fuck, why is my Caitlyn top? And Garen's like, why the fuck are you top? And I understand your perspective because you're like, well, I just got sold before, got chunked on a slow push. I'm kind of annoyed now. Now you have to back because Pantheon's going to ult you. It just looks shit, doesn't it? It looks shit. It feels really shit. It feels shit and it looks shit. It's probably shit. Yeah, so now it's like, what's going on? Like, I'm 70 CS at 10 minutes, but like I was 10 CS per minute at 5, and my teammates are kind of running me down. I made a mistake on a slow push. Like, why did I pick Caitlyn? That's for sure what you're thinking. Same thing again. Now we need to be a little bit careful because Pantheon can just ult top. In my head, you're dead here. As soon as you got Shenid, you're dead. Pantheon's ulting here. Goodbye. Mechanically, we can't get taunted by Shen like that. We should always be able to net in time. But it's a separate point. Okay, now I think you're gonna stay until 1300 no matter what happens. Running around the map. Okay, so it's fine for you to stay top here. Why?
I mean, probably Pantheon's not top anymore.
You see him. He's mid. Now, if he went top side of mid, I think you have to base. Or you just have to tank it. The issue is, none of your teammates have teleport right now. So, if you guys stay, if you go to Dragon, Shen's going to push out, and then he has options. Either he can take your plates, or he can ult into the fight bot. But if they make time, and they just like jerk you guys off, is what we say on our team. Like if they just mess with you guys, they're going to take 3-4 plates here. And it's really bad for you guys. So,
Yeah.
it's like not that illegal for you guys to be, for you to stay top right now. Even though, in this case, what should we be doing? When we don't have teleports, right? And we're playing against a global ult champion like Shen, which lane should we be playing into?
What? We don't have teleport, we're playing into Shen.
We should play into Shen, because Shen can always join the fight with his global, and we can't cross map. So
Yeah, so we should stay at him, yeah.
exactly the counterplay against Shen is top laners usually say, hey, if he ults right now, I'm gonna get 3 plates. But in this case, we're gonna get fuck all, because he can take the wave in front of our face 1v1. Now we're roaming Caitlyn. 1 plate, and then BF! We have BF! Oh! Best feeling, bro. Best feeling. How nice is that? Come on, baby!
Yeah, now winnable.
It's now... No, now it's playable. I wouldn't even go that far to say... Yeah, bearable, exactly. So there's a mixture this game. Like, in moments, you completely ran it down. In moments, your teammates completely ran it down. And guess what that is? Solo queue. So you make the best out of bad situations. Thank God you're not typing anything, you know? I respect you for that.
I mean, not this game.
Ah, not the game we record for the coaching session. I see. Okay, nice. We save our ulti. We save our cleanse, sorry. That's good. Let's have a look at some clickies. A bit too far, okay? I'm gonna say the same thing to you. Just a little bit closer, okay? You need to get in the habit of it. Because if Zeri doesn't flash this and she gets bard ulted, I want you to squeeze, you know?
Yeah, it's...
Try get a trap down. Try get a trap down, you know? Even though, like, it's not good in this scenario, you know? Your teammates are not here to help you, whatever. But something that I like about, like, good AD carry players is that they always try to get the max value, you know? Ooh! Don't get quail. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Holy shit, this gave me anxiety. I like that you try to get the auto, you know? Respect. Respect.
Yeah, I think it's the same pattern as Botlane. Like when I'm clicking up and I want to run away,
yeah, exactly. When you're like panicked, yes, exactly. You're giving yourself the minute. It's like clicking away further makes you faster, you know.
Faster.
Yeah, you have better move speed when you click further. But yeah, obviously it's not the case. Swap to blue up here, of course. Don't stay on Trinket.
Next recall I will. I forgot it.
It's fine.
Or I thought of it, but I didn't want to like turn around to get it in base.
Okay. I think you understand the concept of tempo because we were talking about it before. Seemed to make sense for you. Same thing. You remember that scenario bot where I said you should chase the Hui's recall because we knew jungle pathing and maybe we can try to stay on map longer to get the BF? You remember what exactly that scenario I was talking about?
I do, yeah.
Okay, same thing here. Enemy team used all their juice to kill your Silas, okay? So what's your job right now?
I mean...
Step. Try to catch the wave from here. You can generate like 5, 6, 7 seconds, 8 seconds of tempo. Maybe you cancel them once and you generate 15 seconds of tempo. This can win you games, okay? They have no tools to kill you. Don't catch the wave here. Once again, we're providing 0 pressure to the map. Your Silas is dead for 30 seconds. Don't give him free base, okay? Because people make a lot of huge mistakes, even in our scrims. In the scrims the last few days, I've been literally telling my AD carry, why can you not recall in a safer spot? Because he never anticipates people to chase him and cancel his base. And it's game losing. It's literally game losing. So, in scenarios like this, try to concentrate on their tempo, your tempo. Look at this, man. How is he allowed to base here? You know, you see what I'm saying? Full HP with cleanse, they used all their dangerous tools. Imagine you cancel this guy. What does it look like? Full vision top side, top push, maybe top tier 1, maybe Herald. Now, Zed's not here, but you see my point, right?
Yeah, I see.
In another game, you guys would get this vision, barred bases. He has fresh wards. Now we have full god info on the map because this guy just killed your mid laner and somehow lost tempo on the map. The general rule of thumb with tempo is that if you kill someone and you didn't die, you should base around 12 seconds, right? So you have 8-second recall plus 4 seconds of tempo to get on map. So that means you can push your vision line slightly over halfway. You can push it like here as a support. You see my point? So try to base like 12 seconds when someone dies, or understand the consequence. If you get cancelled here, you will lose your team the game as Zeri. Not lose your team the game, but you'll lose your team the map state. Nice try on the trap. Okay, so we got our item.
I'm not used to the timings.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, as a general rule of thumb, when you kill someone, base when they have 12-second death timer. Of course, in the early game, it's a bit lower. Just don't get cancelled. That's why we talk about, hey, why is it bad to take the plate, or why is it bad to take that one extra wave? Because you have to then walk back further to recall. Do you understand my point? So let's go back to the early game. Okay. Basically, by the way, for the first session, I really just wanted to go through laning phase concepts and some early game stuff with jungle. That's usually where I like to start. So if you take one extra wave, right? So enemy team, let's say you kill them, they're coming out of base. Now, the good thing is if you don't take that extra wave and you take the legal wave, you can basically just base right here or here and you won't get cancelled. The issue is if you take one extra wave, what it means is you have to walk all the way back, because if they're a good player and they realize you took one extra wave, they will chase you. They'll try to sniff you out like Warwick passive. And what that means then is if you, let's say, stay for a better buy, what happens is they can realize that and they can push the next wave while you're coming out of base, and then they just eco recall. So they go back to base and spend whatever gold they have, buy an extra longsword, cloth armor, boots, cull, whatever. Even though you just got a better item. Does this all make sense?
Yeah, I get it.
Perfect. Did you have any questions about the early game this game?
I mean, not really. We went through all this stuff.
Perfect.
I mean, I know what it is. Yeah.
I mean, that's everything I want to go through today, so I'll stop my recording and we can keep chatting.
Yeah, sure.